What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about camera bags, why I don't love them, and what I like to do instead of using a camera specific backpack. So let's get into it. Now, I've been using this Patagonia Black Hole 25-liter backpack for about 5 years now, and I have loved it. So much so that I've wanted to make a video doing a review on it for a while, but every time I actually sit down and think about the review, I realize that I probably don't have much to say that hasn't already been said on the internet before, especially because I'm not like a super gear junkie and I don't get into all the materials and stuff like that. I just like to buy stuff that works. So what do I really have to offer that other people might not have seen about this bag? And that's true. There's really not much for me to say about this bag that hasn't been said. It's an excellent bag, I like it a lot, and it's made me a fan of Patagonia as a company because of how good it is, but I don't have much new to offer. So I'm gonna give you a 1-paragraph synopsis of this bag instead. The Patagonia Black Hole 25-liter is a near-perfect do-it-all day pack. It manages to fit everything I need. It has intelligent and convenient design supplemented by durable materials that can stand the test of time. I wouldn't buy this bag strictly for hiking, but if you're looking for a mixed-use day bag that looks good doing it, this is the one. And best of all, it's at a fair price point and backed by Patagonia's ironclad guarantee. Now that sounded a little bit salesy, but the bag is great, case closed. And for the rest of the video, I want to talk instead about why I don't think a lot of photographers need camera backpacks and why you can use something like this instead. The biggest issue I have with camera backpacks is that 95% of the time I find them too narrow in their application to justify their cost. They're designed to carry camera gear and camera gear only, which I don't want to say is necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely not my thing. When I bought my Patagonia Black Hole 25-liter backpack, this thing was $125 at the time. And I feel like when I compare the size of that backpack to other backpacks of similar size, I feel like the camera backpacks are much more expensive, especially when you go to fan favorite brands like Peak Design or Shimoda. But back to being narrow in application, these bags only hold camera gear. While they're really well designed for holding camera bodies and lenses, which is nice, trying to put anything else in them is a little bit of a headache. The actual amount that they hold is only like half of what it looks like it should hold. And if you want to carry camera gear and other gear, you're probably going to need a huge pack. And that means extra bulk, extra materials, a bunch of extra weight on your back when you're hiking a trail. And the last thing I want to mention, and this is kind of like a personal issue, but I still think about it all the time. When I see a Lower Pro or a Canon camera bag, it just screams to me, I'm carrying expensive camera gear. And I know that's probably not fair because I think at this point people might recognize brands like Peak Design or Shimoda as carrying expensive camera gear, but it's still something that just sticks out to me. So yeah, I don't like traditional camera bags very much. I think they're expensive, bulky, and too specialized for my taste, but this is where the Patagonia Black Hole 25-liter comes back in. If you're someone like me who doesn't carry a ton of photography gear, I think one of the best things you can do instead of buying a traditional camera backpack is buy a camera insert, something like this. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a camera insert, like this little 8 case that I have here, is basically a self-contained packing structure for camera gear. As long as you have a pack that fits the camera insert, you can safely and neatly transport your camera gear while minimizing bulk. When I bought my Patagonia Black Hole backpack, all I had to do was pop in this $15 yellow ape case, and boom, now my school backpack and my hiking backpack was also a great camera backpack. When I bought this ape case around 6 years ago, I don't remember there being that many other options like it at B&H, but now there are tons. There's all sorts of brands, sizes, configurations, and different levels of protection. You can spend anywhere from $10 to $150 and instantly transform whatever bag you already have into a camera bag. The little ape case that I have is perfect for a mirrorless setup, an extra lens, and a microphone. But like I said, there's plenty of options out there to suit your needs. The cool part is you can do this with just about any backpack as long as the camera insert fits. A lot of hikers will do this with an ultralight backpack from a company like Osprey to make a really lean setup. But I do want to take a second to point out why I think the Black Hole backpack makes a really good camera gear bag. So let's talk about that. The first thing is the shape, and it's really just a big box shape. So you can put just about any insert in there and it'll probably work. Other bags that have zippered sections for laptops and such might not be able to fit these kind of inserts. But with this bag, I can stick in a fully loaded ape case, my tripod, and have space left over. The second reason that this bag is great is because it has excellent water resistance. I have been out in the rain for multiple hours on multiple occasions with the bag and have never had water in the main compartment. I've had water get in this kind of top sunglass quick area pouch, but never in the main compartment, which is a huge deal considering that's where all my precious camera gear lives. And with the camera insert, you have this as an extra layer of water protection should water be getting in. So I like this system a lot, But before I end off this video, I want to make it clear that this system probably won't work for everyone. Now the biggest problem people are going to have with the setup that I like to use is going to be the access point. Camera gear is usually the heaviest thing in your bag, and it's good weight management on a day trip while you're hiking to keep that near your lower back at the bottom of your bag. But this inherently makes the gear less accessible, so you have to either fish it out of the bottom of your bag every time you want to use it, stash your camera gear near the top of your bag and accept that you're going to get tired earlier on, or just carry your camera gear in your hand while you're walking around. Now this isn't a problem for me because I always just have my camera in my hand. If I'm actually actively traveling, then I don't mind it being at the bottom of my bag. It can stay there. But when I'm just actually out shooting stuff, then I want the camera gear in my hand. So this isn't a problem that I have, but if you have to change lenses a lot, if you have to access your kit for one reason or another really frequently, this is where a traditional camera bag definitely wins. And that's why I said this is really good for photo enthusiasts. If you're a photo pro, I can totally see why you would need a regular camera backpack. But for people like me, who only carry a camera, a lens, and maybe one more lens, I think this is fine. So that's my rant on camera bags. I'm not a professional photographer, and I'm sure there's plenty of photographers out there who have their lower pro bags stacked with camera gear and couldn't imagine it any other way. And if that's you, I'm not advising you change this. I'm just saying what works for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a subscription here on YouTube or to my new Substack newsletter where you get I was doing so good. Whatever. Or to my new Substack newsletter where you get notifications in your inbox whenever I post a new video with a little bit of a write-up too. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see y'all in the next one real soon.